welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my October TBR. Alright, we're going to take these things off because they're a bit annoying. So, hi, I hope you're all well. And it's finally October, which is the greatest month in the entire year, in my opinion. It's just so cozy and it's finally cold out. So you get to wear cardigans and sweaters and stay inside in the blanket and with a coffee and just read, which is the height of comfort. So this month I'm going to be participating in one readathon and one read-along. So I'm really bad at TBRs, so please don't judge me if I don't stick to these when it comes to my wrap-up at the end of the month. I'm a mood reader, so I don't tend to stick to TBRs very well, but I do pretty good when it's for read-alongs or for book club books. So we're gonna give this a try. So the first readathon I am gonna be participating in is called WolfAthon, and it is hosted by Robbie Reads Books over on Instagram, as well as Titanic Reader on Instagram. And then this is a long readathon. So there are 4 prompts. So the first prompt is read a book with the word wolf or knight in the title. So for this book, I have chosen The Boy, the Wolf, and the Stars by Siobhan Plaza. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but I'm on the blog tour for this book, so why not throw it on a prompt here? And I don't really know what this book is about. I know it's a middle grade, and it's an adventure story where this boy has to go find a wolf, I'm assuming. But I don't know anything about this, but I heard middle grade and wolf, and I wanted to read it. Plus this cover. Look at this cover. It's so pretty. Prompt number 2 is read a book with shapeshifters. So for this book, I have chosen Crush by Tracy Wolff. This is the sequel to Crave, which came out last year, I believe, but I only read it a few months ago. So this is the book about a girl named Grace, whose parents tragically died, and she has to move to a boarding school in Alaska. And she discovers that the school isn't your normal kind of school. This is a school for magical creatures. And at the end of the last book, it's left on a really big cliffhanger, which sucks because then you have to wait a whole year to get the second book. So this book, I believe, only came out yesterday on September 30th, I think. I think that's when it came out. Anyway, it came out really recently, and as of this morning, I have already started this book, and it's so good. It's so funny, and I just love it so much, and I can't wait to finish it. But I can't really talk about it too much because it starts right where the last book finishes. I can't wait to see what happens, and I know there's going to be a third book, but I think it's just a trilogy, so we'll see what happens, and I can't wait to see where this goes. The third prompt is read a book with found family, and for this book I have chosen Raven Song by TJ Klune, which is the sequel to Wolf Song, and I can't wait to start this book. I think I'm going to start reading it this weekend because I need to. I need to read it. I need to know what happens to Ox and Joe and everybody, so I'm very, very excited to read this one. And for the final prompt is read a book that has a wolf or forest on the cover. And for this one, I have chosen Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And it's a bit of a stretch, but there's some trees on here, so I'm gonna go with that. This is the sequel to From Blood and Ash, which I read in September. I have also already started this one, but I didn't get very far into it because I got really sick last weekend. I had a cold, and I think I only read about 4 chapters, but I'm also really excited to read this one. And I can't wait to see where the story goes. And they just announced the title of the third book, and it comes out in April 2021. And as for the read-along that I'm going to be participating in, I am going to be doing the ACOTAR Long, which is hosted by my friend Katie over at Katie's Book Nook and Paperback Princess. So they are going to be reading one book a month until February when the new book is released. So for the month of October, we are going to be reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. This is going to be my third time rereading this book. But I'm very excited to be reading it. That's all the readathons and read-alongs I'm going to be participating in this month. But I'm also a part of a few book clubs. So one of the book clubs I'm a part of is a BTS and Books book club. And the book that they have chosen this month is The Foxhole Court by Nora Sakovic. And this book has been on my TBR forever, for literally years. I don't know too much about this book. I know that it's new adult and that there's some kind of sports team. I know it's like lacrosse, but it's not really lacrosse. All I know is that it's a lot of people's favorite book, but a lot of people also really dislike this book. So I'm excited to see where I fit in. So we'll see my thoughts at the end of the month. So this next book I'm really excited about because it's a feature I'm doing on my blog. If you didn't know how to blog, it's by the same name as my channel name, which is Between Folded Pages at WordPress. Anyway, I had my blog first. It's 4 years old or so. But I put a Twitter post out asking if anyone wanted to be featured, and Danica Stone answered me, which I've talked to off and on for years, and she's a wonderful, wonderful person, and I love her. But she agreed to do a author interview, which will be up at the end of the month. And she also sent me a copy of her latest book, which is Fall of Night. This is the third book in her adult thriller series, except this book you can read it as a standalone. So I will also be doing a feature on this book at the end of October because it is released in November. So this book takes place in Waterton, which is a Canadian city. And that's all I really know about it. I haven't read the other books in the series yet. I started the first book, so I'm hoping to also finish that one up this month, because I started that and then I got really book slumpy and I haven't finished it yet. But you can also read it as a standalone, like I said, so I will be reading this one because I have a blog post about it. This next book I'm really, really excited to get to because I was sent an e-arc from the publisher, and I really wasn't expecting to get this book, but of course they waited until about a week before the book is released, so I probably won't be able to get to it before the publication date, but I am planning on reading it this month, and that is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. So I'm sure everyone knows what this book is about by now, but Addie LaRue made a deal with the devil, and everyone she meets tends to forget who she is until she finally meets this one boy who actually remembers who she is. And that's all I know about it, and that's all I need to know about it. It's a girl and the devil, and it sounds wonderful. And I'm really hoping to love this book because I have a not so great relationship with V.E. Schwab. I've only given her books 3 stars, which isn't a bad rating. So everyone knows it's not a bad rating. It means that the book was okay. I haven't loved a book written by her yet, so I'm hoping this is the one. I really, really want to love this one. And the final book I'm planning to read this month is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. This is another e-arc that I received last week that I'm beyond the moon excited for. I can't believe I have this book. I requested this book, I think, 2 months ago, and it's been pending forever. And I got accepted on the day that I started getting sick. So I haven't started it yet, but I really, really want to start it like as soon as possible, which is the same as all these books. So I can't start them all right now, which I really wish you could, that there was a way that you could just read everything all the time, all at once. but there's not. But anyway, I don't know what this book is about at all. I heard witches, and that was it. That's all I need to know. Witches is a keyword. I will read anything that says the book's about witches. Plus this cover. This cover is amazing. Look at it. Oh my god, it's so pretty. So if I can get to all those books, I will be really happy, since, like I said, I have been in a somewhat book slump. But I have started Crush, and I'm about 30% all in already, so that's a good sign that I'm coming out of it. And it's October, so I'm really, really excited about this month, and I am going to be off for the full week next week, which is also Canadian Thanksgiving, so I'm hoping for a good week and that I can get a lot of reading done. So I hope you are all doing well, and let me know what you guys are planning to read or what you're excited for this month, and I'll see you next time. Bye!